Baidu is the Google of China, and it was taken down hard by the archegos blowup. Is it now the time to buy? What's up, my Milk Money Millionaires? I'm Joshua. Welcome to my channel where we learn how to make our money, make more money. But first, as always, a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, just an edutainment YouTuber, so do your own research and make your own trading plan before investing at your own risk. First, I recently made a video about why I think Viacom is a strong buy after the archegos meltdown, which you can see on my channel here. But the second most intriguing stock of that meltdown was Baidu. I've always been interested in Baidu for the simple fact that Google is one heck of a stock, so maybe the Google of China is too. I always felt like I needed to have some China exposure. Maybe Baidu would be a good bet. And when you see the stock get hammered, you wonder if it's got to be a great buying opportunity. It's on sale. Overall, I think long-term, there's a lot of potential, but there's some big red flags for me with Baidu that I want to consider first. So I'm going to talk about what I like, what I'm afraid of, and what I plan to do with the Baidu stock in this video. Please like and subscribe so you can help make my mama proud and help me get to like 1,000 subscribers. So, what is Baidu? Baidu is one of the largest internet companies in China, with Tencent being its main competitive rival. Its main business is Baidu Search, which owns 80% of the search market. After coming to dominate search, apparently their innovation has lagged, which is partly why their growth hasn't been stellar. However, they've been working on changing that in the last few years, with 17% of their sales going to product development. Its second biggest segment is iQIYI, which is a video streaming service with 500 million active users. Their total monthly active users for all their apps is 990 million. They are currently trying to develop the next super app like Tencent's WeChat, where you can manage money, communicate, search, and do all sorts of other things all in one app. I'm not sure how much success they've had with it, but developing mobile is said to be key for Baidu to continue dominating search and growing revenue generally going forward. So before I get more into the numbers and the bull case for Baidu, I want to address the bear case and the huge difficulty with understanding something like Baidu. Honestly, the worst part about Baidu is as an English-speaking American, I can only pretend to understand their business. As Peter Lynch always says, invest in what you know. So for instance, if I look up an article saying they dominate search, it's hard for me to verify that and to know what that looks like. I tried to evaluate the app myself like I did with Paramount Plus, but being that it's all in Chinese, of course, it's hard for me to tell if it's any good. I have to just take analysts' word for it. I have no idea if it's culturally significant to the Chinese people or if it's trending in the right direction. iQIYI sounds great. Heck, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But are people really loving it and using it more and more? Is it commonplace for Chinese to iQIYI and chill? I have no idea. And as with all the Chinese companies, there's a risk that the numbers and even the story is fictional. Is Baidu's AI the future or the next luck in coffee? So in all honesty, me investing in Baidu is going to have to be on a hunch and a little bit of a leap of faith. Unless I'm willing to do the extra legwork to really learn more about the real world implications of Baidu. So make sure to keep that in mind. As far as the fundamentals, the three bear case situations for me are its AI is a promise and not certain yet, as far as a major revenue stream, which we'll get more into. Their earnings has actually been declining, which is very concerning for a market leader and the major competition from Tencent. So back to the bull thesis. Analysts claim that some of the lost revenue recently has been to declining ad rates with the struggling economy. As the economy improves, they expect ad rates to improve, and they expect margins to improve as well, as the large customer acquisition costs for initially grabbing customers with their new apps will decline as their customers continue with the ecosystem for many years. So analysts expect there to be room for growing profit margins with their traditional businesses. The biggest bull case, however, for me is the growth in the AI segment. It appears they have been finding success with selling some of their AI technology as the government has bought in, and they've also partnered with automakers like Geely to manufacture self-driving cars. Baidu has a very ambitious AI program with a suite of 60 AI products they call the Baidu Brain. They claim to be better than Microsoft, Siri, and Google. Two of their main products is their speech AI Alexa-like tech and their self-driving technology. They have been piloting self-driving for a few years now with the Apollo program that gives self-driving robotaxis, self-driving commuter buses, and all sorts of other self-driving service vehicles. If you add a huge other revenue stream from AI, then I could see Baidu explode. Lastly, just looking at the price action makes you wonder if you should buy. They've had an incredible year, going from a low of 89 in March to 140 the fall of 2020, then exploding to almost 360 this March before the correction. They then turned around, collapsed to 170 briefly as the part of the archegos blow-off. When you see it down 50% from the peak, you think it's a very tempting sale. But also, looking at this head and shoulders pattern and recognizing the price being in a strong downtrend recently, you have to be cautious. Was the blow up the last capitulation before the reversal to the upside again? Or are we in a bear flag waiting for another leg down? I suspect that if we hold around these levels and spend some time above the 100-day moving average, again, then I would feel good about Baidu reversing and starting a new uptrend in the near future. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some sideways action for a while, which would make me more comfortable trusting in a new breakout or uptrend. Really, technically speaking though, it's still at a tipping point, so we'd want to be careful. It's still technically in a downtrend. It's still under the 100-day moving average. We've got a lot to look at and to watch and see before I feel safe. So how am I playing it? Most people, especially on financial media and YouTube especially, pretend to know everything. But I want to be fair and honest and admit it's hard to really know about Baidu. And then I'm really buying on some hunches. And so I'm adjusting my risk accordingly. I like that it's come down a lot from its recent highs. And with Morningstar giving a fair value at 221, I feel like it's worth trying to bottom fish at these prices. I picked some up around 215. However, with the uncertainty, I only did a small position. With all the uncertainty with buying in a foreign Chinese stock that I can't fully understand, I don't plan on having a full position size and will underweight Baidu in my portfolio. I've got my position started though, and I'm going to watch the price action to see if they fully confirmed a reversal to this head and shoulders kind of pattern that they had. And if the chart starts to look bullish again, then I'm going to add to my position for a long-term hold. I definitely want to have some long-term Baidu for China exposure in my portfolio. I just want to make sure that it's not overweighted compared to other companies that I can get a better feel for. But keeping some as a long-term hold, I can just hope that the Google of China continues to be an even bigger deal, especially if the AI space really takes off. So how are you guys playing it? Let me know in the comments below. Again, I'm Joshua. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video where we learn how to make our money, make more money. So until next time, peace.